My parents cut my hair while I slept so I'd look less pretty at my sister's wedding. My name is Tessa, and the night before my sister's wedding, my parents crept into my room with scissors and changed everything. If you're new here, hit follow, because what happened next is the kind of family betrayal people don't believe until they live it. Now let me tell you what really happened. I woke up gasping. Something felt wrong. My neck was cold, lighter. My hair, my long wavy hair I'd spent years growing, was everywhere on my pillow, like someone had skinned a part of me. My heart started beating so hard I felt it in my throat. I ran to the mirror and froze. My hair was hacked into a jagged, uneven mess, like a child had cut it with safety scissors. I stumbled out of my room. Mom? Dad? What happened? My mom didn't even look ashamed. Good morning, she said casually, sipping coffee. It was for the best. My dad nodded like this was normal. Your sister needs to shine tomorrow. It's her day. We couldn't let you distract people. I felt my stomach twist. Distract? It's her wedding. Why would I? My mom interrupted. Tessa, you know how you are. Men flock to you and it makes your sister insecure. We're fixing a pattern. I stared at them, realizing they actually believed this. You cut my hair while I was sleeping, I whispered. My mom shrugged. You'll thank us someday. I walked back to my room dizzy, shaking. A part of me wanted to scream, but another part of me felt something breaking, some last bit of loyalty I'd been holding on to. I tried to even it out, but it only made it look worse. The woman in the mirror didn't look like me anymore. I texted my best friend Mila. They cut my hair while I slept. I don't know what to do. She called immediately. Tessa, what the hell? That's abuse. But before we could talk more, Mom shouted from downstairs, try on your dress. We don't have all day. When I came down wearing the bridesmaid dress, my sister Lila smirked. Her fiancé, Andrew, looked shocked but stayed quiet. Lila brushed past me and whispered, at least now you won't steal the attention. Something inside me snapped. I never tried to steal anything from you. She rolled her eyes. You were always the pretty one. I deserve one day. Just one. I wanted to argue, but Andrew kept glancing between us, uneasy. My dad grabbed his keys. Haircut drama is over. Let's go to the rehearsal dinner. Stood there in silence while the family walked out, laughing like nothing had happened. At the dinner, relatives stared at my butchered hair. Some whispered. One aunt asked, oh, sweetheart, bad salon visit? My mom cut in quickly. She asked for it. Trendy, you know how girls are. I swallowed the truth. But then my grandmother pulled me aside. Tessa, she said, touching my cheek gently. What happened? My eyes burned. I wanted to tell her everything, but my mom hovered nearby like a guard dog. Just a rough morning, I muttered. Grandma didn't buy it. She squeezed my hand and whispered, I'm here when you're ready. Later that night, after the dinner ended, I overheard my parents talking in the parking lot. I stayed hidden behind a car. My mom said, now Lila can relax. No one will compare them tomorrow. My dad added, good, Tessa always draws too much attention. They got into the car laughing, like mutilating my hair was a joke. Back home, I locked my bedroom door for the first time in years. I looked at the destroyed hair on the floor. My hands were shaking uncontrollably. I never realized how deeply my family resented me, how much they needed me to be less to make someone else feel more. My chest tightened, and for the first time in my life, I wondered if my parents even saw me as a person. Around midnight, there was a knock at my door. Tessa, open up, my mom said. I stayed silent. She jiggled the knob. Why is this locked? Open it. I backed away from the door, breathing fast. I'm sleeping, I lied. You're being dramatic, she snapped. Be ready by 7. The stylist will try to fix your mess. I lay awake, the entire night thinking about every moment. I'd been guilt-tripped, dismissed, used, blamed, minimized. It felt like all of it suddenly had an explanation. They didn't want a daughter. They wanted a scapegoat. When morning came, I put on a fake smile and let the stylist try to salvage my hair. She whispered, who did this to you? I whispered back, it doesn't matter. But she looked at me in the mirror and said, it matters to you. That hit harder than she realized. At the wedding venue, Lila was glowing in her dress. She turned when she saw me and said loudly, ah, you look fine, guests chuckled awkwardly. I felt my face burning. But Andrew kept watching me with this confused, uncomfortable expression, like he knew something wasn't right. Halfway through the photo shoot, Grandma pulled me aside behind one of the pillars. "Tell me," she said firmly. The dam inside me cracked. "They cut my hair," I whispered. "Last night, while I was sleeping." Her eyes filled with immediate rage. "Your parents did this?" I nodded. She clenched her jaw. "Stay near me today," she said. "I won't let them humiliate you again." But the humiliation wasn't done. During the reception, right before the first dance, my mom clinked her glass and announced loudly, "I want to thank my beautiful daughters, especially Lila, who has always been the modest one. Unlike some people." A few guests laughed. My heart dropped. She wasn't just cruel, she was proud of it. I walked outside to breathe. And that's when Andrew, my sister's husband-to-be, came out after me. "Tessa," he said quietly, "I heard what your parents said last night." I froze. "What do you mean?" He swallowed. "They didn't know I walked out to get my coat. I heard them bragging about cutting your hair." My stomach dropped. "You heard them?" "Yeah," he said. "And that's not even the worst part." My pulse jumped. What else did they say?" He looked at me with a mix of guilt and anger. "They said they've been doing things like this for years. That making you feel small keeps Lila stable." I felt the world tilt under my feet. "What?" He nodded slowly. "And there's something else you need to know. Something about you. And about the wedding." I stared at him, suddenly terrified. "What are you talking about?" He inhaled sharply, looked around to make sure no one was listening, then leaned closer. "Tessa, they lied to you about something huge. It's about why your sister really needed to look better than you today." I felt my knees weaken. "Tell me," I whispered. He opened his mouth, then suddenly, the reception doors burst open, and my mother stormed toward us with panic in her eyes. "Tessa, get inside now. We need to talk, right now." And the way she said it made one thing clear. She wasn't scared of losing Lila's big moment. She was scared because she knew the truth was about to come out. My mom's voice sliced through the air. "Tessa, inside now." Andrew stiffened. I stepped back. "Why?" I asked quietly. She looked around like someone was watching us. "Not here. Inside." Andrew leaned closer to me. "Do not go with her alone." My mom's jaw clenched. "Andrew, this is family business." He didn't move. "Exactly," he said sharply. "And that's why I'm staying." She glared at him with pure hatred, the kind she usually saved for me. She grabbed my wrist, but Andrew stepped between us. "Stop," he said. I'd never heard his voice like that, cold, protective. My mom pointed a trembling finger at him. "You don't understand what's at stake." Andrew's expression changed. "Actually," he said, voice low, "I understand more than you think." Her face went pale. You didn't hear anything." "I heard everything," he said, "including why you cut her hair." My mom's eyes flicked to me, then back to him. "We can explain." "Please do," he said, crossing his arms. She inhaled like she was about to lie again. But before she could speak, Grandma walked outside, cane tapping sharply. "Explain what?" she demanded. My mom froze. "This is not the right place." Grandma stepped closer. "You mutilated this girl's hair. You humiliated her today. And now you're dragging her away in the middle of her sister's wedding. So I'm asking one more time, explain." My mom opened her mouth, but no words came out. My dad came rushing out behind her. "What's going on?" Grandma pointed at him. "You stay quiet. I want the truth from your wife's mouth." My dad's shoulders collapsed. Andrew turned to me. "Tessa, I think you should hear what they've been hiding." My mom suddenly whispered, "Not here. People will hear." Grandma pushed forward. "Let them." "Maybe they should." My mother's mask finally cracked. Her voice shook. Fine. She looked at me with something like panic. "Tessa, you weren't supposed to outshine Lila today because—" She stopped, swallowed, then forced it out. "Because she wasn't supposed to be the first one to get married." "You were." My breath caught. "What?" She looked sick. "You were supposed to marry Andrew first." Andrew's face drained of color. "What the hell are you talking about?" My mother rubbed her temples like she was in pain. "It was arranged. Years ago. His parents and us. The families agreed. Tessa would marry him. That's why we always compared you two. Prepared you, kept you, controlled." My stomach twisted violently. "You arranged a marriage for me? With Andrew?" It was decided before you were even in high school, she whispered. Both families thought you were the better match. The prettier one. The one who'd give the right impression. I felt cold spread through my chest. Andrew stepped back, stunned. I had no idea, he said. None, my mom continued quietly. But then, you started getting too much attention. Too many boys liked you, and Lila, she wasn't handling it, her voice hardened. And if Lila broke down, the whole deal would collapse. Her future, our reputation, everything, my voice cracked. So you punished me? For being myself? For being a threat, she said before she could stop herself. Grandma gasped. A threat? She is your daughter. We did what was necessary, my mom snapped. We made adjustments. Cut her hair, limited her clothes, managed her social life. It was for the family. Andrew looked horrified. You tried to sabotage your own daughter so she wouldn't overshadow her sister? And to keep some old arrangement alive? My mom's voice rose, emotional and unhinged. We had to. If she married first, Lila would look like the leftover sister. The rejected one. We needed Lila to get the stability she deserved. She was always the fragile one. My heart squeezed painfully. So you made me the sacrifice? She didn't answer. Because the answer was obvious. Yes. My dad finally spoke, voice small. We needed her to shine. Lila needed the confidence, and you were too much. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Andrew ran a hand through his hair. This is insane. And you cut her hair because what? You thought I'd suddenly fall for her if she looked beautiful at the wedding. My mom shouted, yes! Everyone stiffened. You don't understand, she continued. You were originally meant for her. And when your parents backed out of the arrangement because she was getting too much attention from other boys, she stopped abruptly, realizing what she'd said. My voice barely came out. Say it, she whispered, defeated. We blamed you. And we took every chance to control the damage like my world shattered. Grandma shook with rage. You destroyed her self-esteem for a marriage arrangement? For vanity? My mother broke. We did what we had to do. Grandma turned to me. Tessa, you are leaving with me. My mom lunged forward. No, she has responsibilities. She owes you nothing, Grandma growled. Andrew looked at me. Tessa, you don't have to stay here another second. My dad grabbed my arm. Wait, you can't leave now. It'll ruin the wedding. I pulled my arm away. The wedding is already ruined. My mom's lip trembled. Tessa, please. Don't do this. Don't embarrass the family. Something inside me finally broke free. You did that yourself. She stepped back like she'd been slapped. Grandma wrapped her arm around me. Get your things, she said. You're coming home with me. And tomorrow, we're talking to a lawyer. My parents both froze. A lawyer? My dad repeated weakly. Grandma's eyes narrowed. She was assaulted. Multiple times. And emotionally abused for years. Do you think I won't fight? For the first time, my parents looked scared.
Truly scared.
As we walked toward Grandma's car, Andrew followed us. Tessa, there's one more thing I think you should know. I turned slowly. What? He hesitated, then spoke softly. I'm divorcing Lila. Shock punched the air out of my lungs. What? Why? His voice cracked. Because I can't marry into a family that destroys one daughter to protect another. And because, after everything I heard last night, he looked at me with guilt and something else, admiration. I realized I'm marrying the wrong sister. My heart stopped. Andrew? He shook his head. Not romantically. Don't worry. That's not what I mean, he swallowed. I'm just saying, you're the one with strength, integrity, kindness. You're the girl. I should have met first. My throat tightened. I don't even know who I am right now. You will, he said. And when you do, you're going to be unstoppable. My parents came running toward us, shouting my name. But I got into Grandma's car without looking back. As we drove away, I saw my mother crumble to her knees in the parking lot, screaming my name like she'd lost something precious. But she hadn't lost me. She had thrown me away. And now, I was finally picking myself back up and becoming someone they could never break again.